From the CBS-2 Information Network, this is a Stormwatch Report.
For the second time in less than a month, our area is blanketed with a blast of winter weather. You're looking at a live picture right now of Route 17 in Pomeranz. Good morning on this Sunday, January 21st, 2001. I'm Cindy Hsu.
I'm Michael Pomeranz. This is a Stormwatch special report from the CBS-2 Information Network. No, we knew it was coming. Right. Question was, though, the estimates on just how much snow we were going to get just kept growing and growing yesterday, catching a lot of people in our area off guard.
So what can we expect today? We have got live team coverage from all around the region. Right. And remember, our CBS-2 info box will be on the lower left-hand corner of your screen while we're on the air with the latest on weather conditions and snow accumulations in our area.
Let's go live right now to CBS-2 meteorologist David Rogers, who has a familiar perch up there on the top of the broadcast center around 57th. David, how are you?
Hey, great, guys. Good morning. Certainly after yesterday's icy conditions across the area, Mother Nature kind of nickel and dimed us yesterday, but certainly the accumulating snow moving across the region right now. On my commute in this morning, conditions really weren't too bad on some of the major roads. I think a lot of folks are going to have at least more of a challenge on some of the secondary roads, bridges, overpasses, as well as some of the on and off ramps. Looks like the heaviest of the activity is now moving to the east, so places in Long Island, eastern sections of Connecticut experiencing some of the heavier snows. If you recall from the last blizzard that we had across our area, we couldn't even see the Manhattan skyline. This is just to give you an indication. As you can see, a pretty good looking picture across the area. Again, the snow continues to fall. Anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches of snow has blanketed the region, and we're certainly not out of the woods yet. Let's take a look at our radar picture, kind of give you a bird's eye view of what's falling across the region. Most of the activity is moderate across the region, and as I mentioned, the heaviest activity now shifting to the east, moving throughout some sections of the Long Island area. Looks like we're going to be under the gun with the snow continuing to fall at least over the next couple of hours. Winter storm warnings in effect for the entire region, and basically it certainly confirms that the snow is coming down. If you have to get out and travel this morning, certainly just exercise a little caution and take it slow. Also, we try to emphasize a check-in on the elderly when the snow comes down, certainly like this. Knock on the door if you have an elderly person living in your neighborhood. Here's some of the snowfall totals we do expect to see. Lesser amounts to the east across the eastern sections of Long Island, anywhere from about 3 to 5 inches of snow there. Most of our region anywhere from about 5 to 8 inches, with the exception of areas to the north and west. We're talking about the extreme northwestern sections of New Jersey and most of the lower Hudson Valley, anywhere from about 8 to 12 inches of snow. But as I mentioned, looks like the heaviest activity has now shifted off to the east. Now, as we take a look at our trusty ruler here, we're here on the rooftop of our broadcast center on West 57, and it's measuring in just about 4 inches there. I don't know if you can see that. Just about 4 inches of snow. As I mentioned, coming down right now, visibility's been reduced down to about a half mile across the area and a quarter mile in some regions. So certainly not quite as bad as that last storm, and it certainly could be a lot worse. This could be Monday. Back to you guys in the studio.
Very true, David. Thanks, and I like that trusty ruler. Very technical. Thanks.
Yes, that's right.
Well, last time he had the ruler, we said, "You sure you don't need a yardstick?" He said, "Nah." But he second-guessed it at the end there. Thought maybe he should have had a yardstick. Let's go over to Ira Joe Fisher. He's tracking the storm from right here in our studio. Ira, what's going on?
Our trusty ruler called us yesterday and asked us to come in early this morning to talk about this storm that is buffeting our area right now. 22 degrees north wind at the moment, gusting up to 12 miles an hour. It's slowly in the process of shifting from the east, northeast to the north and ultimately the northwest. And that's going to bring in even colder air upon us. All right, Chris, hit that button there. 22 degrees. Here's the deal. We have the cold air pumping in from the northeast, as you see here. This is the center of the surface storm. There's still an upper level disturbance that is figuring into the factor here as well. Heavy snow across the region. David already told you the amounts anticipated. It's going to pull away ever so slowly from our area so that we should, starting at about 10 o'clock in western New Jersey, see the snow sputtering to an end. Some leftover flurries, that to be expected, but the heavy snow should start to come to an end around noon in the city, and then around 2 o'clock on eastern Long Island is when this is all anticipated. As far as today is concerned, well, there you see it upon your TV screen. Wind chill's a factor after the snow does stop falling, and of course shoveling and plowing it out of the way. We're talking 20s to, at best, lower 30s for high temperatures today. And perhaps this afternoon, before it sets, we could even see some sunshine smiling down upon us. That as far as today is concerned. David already alluded to the amounts of snow that are anticipated. We'll a little bit later on show you our 5-day forecast, and there's still some more precipitation in the offing as well, although it looks now that it probably will be in the form of rain. Cindy?
Ira, thank you. Well, all the snow and ice is making roads treacherous in New Jersey. A casino bus crashed on the Garden State Parkway, sending dozens of people to the hospital. The Greyhound bus lost control near exit 83 in Toms River. State police say the driver was trying to change lanes at the time. He tried to get control of the bus but hit a guardrail and flipped over in all the snow.
We have snow-covered roadways all the way up from Cape May. We're right now having a lot of accidents out on the parkway. The weather is definitely a factor in this accident. Right now we have the lanes blocked off at Tom's River.
The accident has been cleared. 34 people were taken to area hospitals. All of the passengers were from New York, and they were coming back from Atlantic City. Now, none of the injuries appear to be life-threatening.
Commuter bus in New Jersey overturned. Slippery roads appear to be to blame here. One passenger is in critical condition this morning. That bus flipped on Route 80 in Alamucci yesterday. That's about 60 miles northwest of New York City. The driver slammed into a median, setting off a fire in the rear engine. It was quickly put out. That bus was going to Pennsylvania.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The roads are treacherous, and you should stay off them if you can. Carrie Lee is standing by in the Metro Traffic Center with more. Carrie?
Well, Cindy and Michael, I'll tell you what, it is definitely a dangerous ride out there. You really need to take some care because most roadways are still snow-covered. It's going to take a while before they get them completely cleared off and sanded and salted. The problem is we had ice underneath and then snow on top of it, and that makes for a very dangerous ride. At this point, the New Jersey Turnpike, we're riding at least a 35-mile-per-hour speed restriction for the entire length, and that is weather-related. Let's see if we can find out what's going on our roadways. That is the Bell Parkway over by Kennedy Airport. As you can see, the roads seem fairly clear, but I would strongly recommend calling ahead to your airlines this morning because this will definitely be affected by the weather conditions. Mass transit is okay so far, and you'll find that alternate side rules have been suspended today. That's for snow removal. And at this point, we don't have any other things to say than be very careful out there because it is going to be a mess for you. Give yourself plenty of extra time. Cindy and Michael.
All right, Carrie, thank you.
And the last time we were hit with this much snow, you may remember Mayor Giuliani had nothing but criticism for the Port Authority because of what he said was poor preparation when it came to the city's airports. So how are the airports faring so far today? Sukanya Krishnan live at LaGuardia. Let's check in with her. Sukanya, good morning.
Good morning to the two of you. I mean, I don't think anybody can forget about what happened here at LaGuardia about 3 weeks ago. I mean, December 31st. But right now, things are pretty much normal, if you can compare it, normal for a Sunday morning. What we are experiencing is that there are plenty of cancellations. There's a problem of flights coming into LaGuardia. There's a problem of flights getting out of LaGuardia. This is some video we shot just a short time ago, and you can see things are, the problem is basically plows are getting onto the tarmac. They're trying to clear away the snow. Of course, they need to de-ice, and these are all part of the problems that they're dealing with. I think the storm pretty much caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people said that they didn't expect the storm to come. They didn't expect their flights to be canceled. They called their carrier, and that's kind of the dilemma that a lot of people are dealing with. Now, most of the flights, the early flights leave around 5:30 in the morning, but according to one official, off the record this is, of course, said that they're looking for something around 9 o'clock, hopeful that something might happen around 9 o'clock. Of course, we'll be following this situation and keep you live and updated as to what's happening in LaGuardia as well as JFK and Newark. Reporting live, I'm Sukanya Krishnan. Back to you.
Sukanya, thank you. Our storm watch continues on Long Island this morning where the snow is really coming down. CBS 2 reporter Jennifer McLogan is live in Garden City. Jennifer?
Good morning from Long Island, where we report to you this morning, windswept and blustery as it is. We are in Garden City across from the Roosevelt Field Mall, which now looks like a ghost town. Also over my shoulder, entrances to the Northern and the Meadowbrook parkways, which still await plows. This second major snowfall of the season will be judged most likely on the plowing. We are technically right now in the town of Hempstead. There are 60 villages in the town of Hempstead. Some of them have their own highway departments, but the majority of them do not. And they roundly criticized Hempstead Town Supervisor Gardino over the way he handled the New Year's Day snowfall. Today, the town promises to do better, and we are here to find out if indeed it does. Now, we have been across all of the side streets. They are totally snowbound, but we are beginning now slowly to see some action on the state and the county roads like the ones behind me. Also, in addition, we have gotten some word from the Roosevelt Field Mall. They possibly could have a delayed or a staggered opening. No final word on that yet, but we have gotten confirmation that churches in this area are having trouble getting their lots cleared before masses this morning. Reporting live from Garden City in the town of Hempstead, Jennifer McLogan, CBS 2.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. We're going to have more on our Storm Watch coverage for you in just a moment. But first, some big news from the Vatican we want to bring you. The head of New York's Catholics has gotten a big promotion. New York Archbishop Edward Egan, one of 37 men who were elevated to the title of Cardinal this morning by Pope John Paul II. Egan's been in charge of the New York Archdiocese since this past June when he took over for the late John Cardinal O'Connor. His appointment to Cardinal has been rumored since then, but the Pope made it official this morning. Joining Egan as a new Cardinal is another big name in our area, Monsignor Theodore McCarrick, who is now Archbishop of Washington, but served as Archbishop of Newark last year.
Well, we've got much more comprehensive coverage ahead on this Storm Watch special.
Check back in with our CBS 2 meteorologists who are tracking the storm for you, and we'll show you shots and take you to reporters scattered all around town coming up.
$20,000 for a new car? Out. Hey, if your car runs good, looks bad, paint it. That's right, paint it and save at Maaco. Why? The Maaco Supreme Plus sale is on. Supreme Plus at half price. Now only $225. Get our prep package with a full coat of primer sealer, our famous Supreme paint service. Come on in now and get our integrated UV sunscreen for extra protection. All half price. For a limited time only, $225.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MAACO-USA.
Where do more Americans go to the movies? CBS, the #1 movie network. Tonight, the most powerful man in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president
has just committed murder, and only one man knows the truth.
He saw nothing. He's a burglar. Who's going to believe him?
He'll make a mistake.
Then what?
Then I'd kill him.
Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman.
that killer will be tried for his crime.
I'm not about to run from you.
The broadcast network premiere, Absolute Power, CBS tonight.
The beginning of a new year. A chance to start fresh, to set goals. A chance to make a difference in your health and the way you feel. The perfect time to make an appointment with a dentist. At 1-800-DENTIST, we know how important regular dental care is in keeping your teeth healthy. So why not stick to your New Year's resolutions and take care of yourself? It's a whole new year. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-DENTIST, and we'll help you find a pre-screened dentist in your area. Call us today.
Have you noticed? There's a colorful new breed out there. It's a fast breed, a smarter breed of inkjet printer. But don't worry, they're easy to spot. And at $99, just as easy to catch. Xerox, just a smarter breed of inkjet printer, now available everywhere.
Let's go back up to David Rogers, who's keeping an eye on this storm from his perch up there on the BC, the broadcast center for us at 57th on the west side. And Mr. Rogers,
yes, sir.
You got your ruler handy?
Yeah, still about 4 inches up here on our rooftop. You guys didn't get the invitation?
We never seem to.
Come on, I wanted you guys to join me up here.
You work alone. You do your best work alone.
Yeah, so far across the area, we picked up anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches of snow. And as I just said, here on the rooftop of our broadcast center, West 57th Street, just about 4 inches of snow. Still coming down, but certainly not at the pace earlier today. The heaviest activity now starting to shift to the east. You saw Jennifer McLogan just a few minutes ago. Some of the heaviest activity now occurring out east in some parts of Long Island. That's going to continue to be the trend. Winter storm warnings continue for the entire region. And although, you know, it's coming down, a lot of folks don't have to get up this morning, although some people are getting up to attend numerous religious services across the region. Give yourselves plenty of extra time. Take it kind of easy out there. Looks like we'll start to come out of this thing over the next couple of hours. And then, kind of the second half of this, we're going to see some clearing sky, but also some very cold and windy conditions. So we are going to have a problem with some blowing and drifting, as well as pretty cold wind chills out there. So if you're going to be out shoveling and salting your walkways, you know the drill. Bundle up and take it easy. Don't try to do too much at one time. Let's take a look at our graphics, and it kind of tells the whole story. Again, the snow continuing across the area, not only by one low pressure center, but kind of a 1-2 punch. We're also dealing with an upper level low that's continuing to prolong some of the snow after kind of having some mixed precipitation yesterday. It looks like the brunt of the activity now starting to blanket portions of the northeast. And as that starts to track away from us, again, high pressure is going to build in, and that's going to deliver some of the colder air. As a matter of fact, we are expected to see some sunshine a little bit later on today, and our winds will shift from the northeast to the northwest, and that's when we're going to have to deal with some of those dangerous wind chills across our region. Now, as I mentioned, the snow is continuing. The heaviest amounts now shifting to the east. Winter storm warnings remain in effect for the entire region until about 10 o'clock this morning. So certainly if you're just getting up and having your coffee, you know, take it easy out there, and it looks like later today things should start to quiet down. Well, that's it for now, live on the rooftop of our broadcast center. Now let's head inwards, nice and warm. Cindy and Michael.
Jealous. David, thank you.
You bet.
All right, now we want to go to Mayor Giuliani, who joins us now on the phone. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing very well. Now, what are you hearing reports in the area, the worst areas?
Well, right now it's pretty evenly distributed. There's no one worst area, and the sanitation department's been out all night. They're about to change shifts. I drove from Manhattan all the way to Coney Island along the Belt Parkway, Ocean Parkway. I'm looking at the FDR Drive right now from the Emergency Management Center on television. It looks like it's been plowed completely. You can see all blacktop on the FDR Drive. I'm sure that's not true all throughout the city, but the roads I had been on had been plowed at least once, and now there's a new crew coming in, so they'll be plowed again.
Well, Mayor, let's talk a little bit about what was an issue the last time we had snow, and that was the way you felt the Port Authority handled the cleaning of the airports, in particular JFK. What are the reports you're getting now from the airports, and are you satisfied with what you're hearing?
They were here earlier rather than later. To their credit, the Port Authority came here early, and they've been working cooperatively. And as far as we can tell, the conditions in the airport are pretty good right now. And there should be pretty much on schedule all throughout the day.
Heating centers and the like through the city up and running and doing
They
everything?
are, but not overwhelmed with people right now. We didn't have a big surge overnight, maybe because although it's bad out, it isn't that like below zero temperature or close to below zero temperature that sometimes we have.
Okay, Mayor Giuliani, thank you so much for joining us.
I remind everyone to be careful. I mean, even with the fact that it's starting to slow down, it will be throughout the morning. There are still going to be areas that are very dangerous.
Okay. Mayor, thanks very much for taking the time to join us this morning. Appreciate the insight. 7:16 right now.
That's right. Now we go to New Jersey. It's getting pounded right now with snow. CBS 2 reporter Aimee Nuzzo is live in Pomeranz with more. Aimee?
Well, good morning, Michael and Cindy. I couldn't hear you. I'm actually looking off the monitor right now. We're here in Pomeranz, New Jersey, where it's still coming down, but not with nearly the same intensity that we saw about an hour to 2 hours ago when the snow really kicked up and started coming down with great force. About that time, I was driving up the Garden State Parkway from Union County, heading up north, and I can tell you the conditions were very poor on the Garden State Parkway. The plows were out, but not keeping up with the snowfall at all. Good couple inches of snow on the roadways there. Cars, including us, doing about 25 miles per hour, and at that, it felt like we were pushing it. A lot of slipping and sliding, and we're seeing pictures right now that were taken just about hour to 2 hours ago. You could see it was a little more intense back then. As I said, cars doing a little bit of slipping and sliding, and part of the problem, not only the snow itself on the roadways, but there is a good deal of ice, we're told, underneath that snow because of the variable temperatures and a lot of wind as well, which is causing that snow to gust, making a problem in terms of visibility, and that's going to be a problem throughout the day. Winter storm warning in effect until 10 a.m. this morning. 4 to 8 inches predicted. Right here in Pomeranz, we're seeing a few inches, looking like 3 to 4 inches here. And what they're saying, what the National Weather Service is saying, is that we're very fortunate that the temperatures didn't drop sooner, or those couple inches of rain that we saw could have been several more inches of snow that we'd have to be digging out from today. Instead, we'll just have, it looks like, a few inches, maybe 4 to 8 inches. I'm Aimee Nuzzo reporting live in Pomeranz, New Jersey, CBS 2.
Aimee, thank you.
Well, Amy's on the other side of the bridge, George Washington Bridge, and we have Steve Napolitano, the general manager of the George Washington Bridge, on the phone with us this morning. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
We're doing well. How are you and your bridge folks doing this morning?
We're doing fine. We're at or near blacktop on most of our roadways, and our crews have been out since early last evening fighting the storm, so we're in pretty good shape.
And all lanes are open?
Yes, all lanes are open. Traffic, as you might expect, is extremely light, and all lanes are open and passable.
You get this kind of weather, obviously, here in the Northeast fairly frequently. Do you ever have any issue at all with having enough equipment, salt, sand, the like, and you feel pretty confident you'll have enough to get us through this little spit?
Absolutely. There's something that we obviously geared up for when the forecast started coming in late during the week. We had extra salt deliveries on Thursday and Friday to offset the use of that we would use for the storm. Crews were called in on 12-hour shifts, and as a matter of fact, we had our crews in since 7 p.m. last night salting. Their first salting operation, and then they started dropping plow blades about 1:30 this morning when the accumulation started coming in.
Okay, so things sound good on the GW Bridge. Steve Napolitano, General Manager of the GW Bridge, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's 22 degrees out currently, 7:19 this morning, much more straight ahead.
CBS 2 is the place to be for complete coverage of the big storm. We will be right back.
Survive the outback or be a castaway in paradise. Visit CBSNewYork.com for a chance to win an all-inclusive vacation at the new Our Lukaya on Grand Bahama Island. The winner will be announced after Survivor, the Australian Outback premiere. Our Lukaya, Grand Bahama's newest resort.
Do you have a great idea for a new product? Every year, literally billions of dollars are spent on products new to the market, and this could be your year. Advent Product Development can help. Advent Product Development specializes in marketing new ideas and inventions, and we're interested in talking to you. If your idea qualifies, we can patent or trademark it for you and take it to market. Or we can create a TV infomercial and sell your product directly to the public.
Don't let your idea slip away. Call 800-681-IDEA now for your free inventor's kit. Call now.
I'm Jim Lebenthal.
Here's 50-year-old me revolutionizing the bond business.
Here's 72-year-old Jim Lebenthal, and here we go again with Lebenthal's latest revolution, the Muni Profiler. Hit Lebenthal.com. Up pops an easy questionnaire. Fill it out. Up pops a personal portfolio matching your financial goals, and someone at Lebenthal you can talk to when you're good and ready. The Muni Profiler, matching bonds to people without the sales pitch. Hit me.
They say I'm an empty nester. Ha! Now that the kids are gone, I plan to refeather the nest.
Then hurry to the final days of Huffman Coos Winter Sale. Buy now and there's no monthly payments or interest till January 2002. Or take an extra discount for cash. Everything is on sale and much of it can be delivered in 14 days or less.
That's quick. And to think I waited years just to have a white sofa.
That's the beauty of Huffman Coos. Don't miss Winter Sale final days.
TV's hottest show gets even hotter with Survivor the Phenomenon. Survivors Jervis and Jenna take you inside the show that changed the face of pop culture. Survivor the Phenomenon. Next Saturday night at 11:30, part of Giant January on CBS 2.
Welcome back. It is 7:22. Ira Jo Fisher is tracking the storm here in our CBS 2 studios. Ira, what have we got?
I drove in it this morning. Let's talk a little anecdotal experience now. Good news, bad news. Good news was I was behind plows. Bad news was I was behind plows. Sure. You know, there were 3 plows, and bless their hearts, working hard on 684, one in each lane, clearing the roadway. A very slow go, but you felt certainly comforted to be behind the plows. However, it needs to be pointed out, too, that if you do happen to follow a plow, you need also take it very easy. They skim that snow off the surface. Ice remains. It needs then to be treated with the salt and or sand chemicals that are put on it to allow the melting to occur. So you just have to be careful this morning. If you don't need to travel, it is wise to not do so. We're looking right now at a picture of Times Square. It certainly does seem to be bereft of folks, but the snow is there in great abundance. And that will continue off and on for, as David pointed out, the next couple of hours. It's expected, if we want to talk time here, that it should start to end in western New Jersey around 10 o'clock this morning, maybe around noon in the city, and then early afternoon come eastern Long Island. 22 degrees, that north wind gusting up to 12 miles an hour. And it's a chilly one outside your window. We're talking 19s and 20s. And look, the wind chills are from -10 to 0 right now. And there's our radar picture. It is a mass of moisture, some mixed precipitation well to the south, and much of it now out and over the open ocean. It's a snow event in our part of the world. And again, we have been talking about what kinds of amounts will be left. Well, the winter storm warning is in effect throughout the entire area, and generally 5 to 8 inches in the city, 3 to 5 inches on Long Island, and the greatest amount to the north, northwest, and northeast interior Connecticut. 8 to 12 inches of snow before it does finally amble out of the area. And our day ahead is going to be filled with clouds and the snow, at least early on through the morning, and yet by afternoon, we could even see some breaks in the cloud cover and some sunshine. High temperatures climbing up into the 20s to, at best, the lower 30s. Wind will persist today. David mentioned that, so it will be blustery. Drifting could ensue, and those dangerously cold and uncomfortable wind chills will be there as well. Wind chills are from 0 to 10. That's the latest look at your weather. Later on, we'll even look at your 5-day forecast. Cindy, Michael, I'm walking back over to you.
Come on back.
I love being over here with you because it's a little warmer.
Now, if we're talking, you were talking about what it was like coming in for you. I live in the city, and I have to say, even though it was, tough to catch a cab and I walked part of the way, it's beautiful out there.
It is beautiful.
I mean, if you don't have to drive and just kind of enjoy it.
In the middle of the night, too, there's a quality that the lights give to the falling snow that I think is just unmatched. It is a particular beauty, and perhaps on a Sunday it's easier to point that out than it would be on another day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Happens during the week, and it ain't so pretty.
It's not so pretty.
Thanks, Ira.
Stormwatch 2001 continues here on CBS 2.
Straight ahead, we're going to check traffic again with Carrie Lee. We'll be right back.
.1-800-Mattress is having a giant mattress clearance event. Every famous brand mattress is on sale with extra savings on closeouts, discontinued styles, floor samples, and one-of-a-kind items. Call 1-800-Mattress, click on mattress.com, or visit one of our showrooms today for the very best selections while supplies last. It's our biggest sales event of the year, so don't miss it. 1-800-MATTRES.
The beginning of a new year. A chance to start fresh, to set goals. A chance to make a difference in your health and the way you feel. The perfect time to make an appointment with a dentist. At 1-800-DENTIST, we know how important regular dental care is in keeping your teeth healthy. So why not stick to your New Year's resolutions and take care of yourself? It's a whole new year. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-DENTIST, and we'll help you find a pre-screened dentist in your area. Call us today.
They say I'm an empty nester. Ha! Now that the kids are gone, I plan to refeather the nest.
Then hurry to the final days of Huffman Coos Winter Sale. Buy now and there's no monthly payments or interest till January 2002. Or take an extra discount for cash. Everything is on sale and much of it can be delivered in 14 days or less.
That's quick. And to think I waited years just to have a white sofa.
That's the beauty of Huffman Coos. Don't miss Winter Sale final days.
Thinking of selling your home? Call Weigert Realtors, the real estate people. Ask for our free brochure on selling your home at the best price.
On CBS Market Watch Weekend, want to rev up profits? Hear how Ducati built a booming business online. And going for the gold. Could it be a smart investment? On CBS Market Watch Weekend.
This morning at 11 on CBS 2. Live from the CBS 2 Information Network, this is a Stormwatch Report.
It is a snowy early morning, this January 21st, Sunday at 7:27. You're looking live at our fair city from the rooftop of a broadcast center over at 57th and 11th on the west side. Doesn't look so bad. Shouldn't be so bad, Sin. You consider that, well, no commuters, no real headaches traffic-wise, and just a nice wintertime snowfall.
That's right, but it could be trouble for people who are trying to take a certain transit, you know.
Certain trains, certain buses. Ken Miller on the phone with the New Jersey Transit, keeping us up to date on his situation. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Michael and Cindy. How are you?
We're doing well. How are you doing, and how's your organization working out this morning?
Well, we're actually doing very well right now. We've been checking in regularly with our dispatch center. They've indicated to me that there's a broad range of accumulation throughout the rail system, the lightest reports being obviously in southern New Jersey, and the heavier accumulations, which are still only maybe 3 to 6 inches in central and northern New Jersey, and we also serve portions of upstate New York. Our trains are not having any difficulties at this time getting through any of the snowfall that has accumulated. We've had our crews out throughout the night making sure that the platforms are clear. And the only real minor problems that are occurring at the moment are just on the bus side, where the buses are going a little slower than normal, which they're being advised to do because of the road conditions, but the roads are also being cleared fairly quickly. So we're in pretty good shape.
You expect normal to, I would say, slightly below normal traffic on a Sunday anyway this time of year, so I would anticipate that you wouldn't have too much trouble throughout the day, even leading into tomorrow.
That's correct. Yeah, the traffic conditions hopefully will not be that bad for people who don't have to travel today. I'm sure that you might just want to kick back and enjoy yourself at home today. But again, for people who are required to get to work or wherever they might be going today, and if they have to use public transportation, certainly we'll be there for them.
Okay, Ken Miller with New Jersey Transit. Things look good on your side. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Cindy.
Now we want to get specific with the roads in our area, and Carrie Lee is in the traffic center checking those out for us. How do they look now, Carrie?
Well, I'll tell you what, Cindy and Michael, they are getting better, but they are still not great. Now, earlier we showed a Times Square shot. What I can tell you about that is most of the city streets have a lot of slush. The side streets still are snow covered, but that's because they're trying to get the main roadways cleared out first. Now, as you head out of town, you're also going to find some problems heading out just because there's just a lot of gunk all over the roadways. It's the best way to describe it. It's not quite snow, not quite sleet, not quite ice, but it's enough to slow you down a little bit. Here's what I'd like to show you. That is the Grand Central over by LaGuardia. Now, that looks very clear. Some areas around the city are clear like that. However, you move farther north and west of the city, and you're going to find problems on the roadways with a lot of snow still accumulated. Now, at this point, New Jersey Turnpike, we do have a 35-mile-per-hour speed restriction in place, and also at all of our bridge crossings, there's a speed restriction as well. At this point, mass transit is on time, definitely a good choice for you right now. Alternate side rules have been suspended, and that's for snow cleanup, so keep that in mind as well. I would still feed the meters if I were you. Cindy and Michael, back to you.
Carrie, thank you.
More team coverage of this winter storm watch straight ahead for you.
We are coming right back with another look around the area.
Thinking of selling your home? Call Weikert Realtors, the real estate people. Ask for our free brochure on selling your home at the best price.
TV Guy was a great Toyota spokesman, but more than that, he was good TV. What a picture. Big, you know, big enough to show the new full-size 8-passenger Sequoia and still have room for the new RAV4, and a reminder that both have 4-wheel drive. And I think in TV Guy's memory, we should all buy one right now.
I don't think we have enough for everyone.
TV Guy's gone, and the new RAV4s and Sequoias are going fast.
Ooh, that was moving.
If you don't think this sofa at only $4.99 is a bargain, you haven't been shopping. And the same is true for this matching love seat at only $3.99. Look at the rope detail. Feel the comfort of the extra thick cushions and the reversible pillows. Put them both together and you have an extreme package. And I mean extreme. You save almost $100. Both pieces, only $7.99.
On CBS Market Watch Weekend, want to rev up profits? Hear how Ducati built a booming business online. And going for the gold. Could it be a smart investment? On CBS Market Watch Weekend.
This morning at 11 on CBS 2.
Enter to win a Hawaii Dream Vacation for two. A 6-day, 5-night vacation for two, courtesy of Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, America's #1 choice to Hawaii for over 40 years. And Sheraton Hotels and Resorts Hawaii. Sheraton has the best hotels on the best beaches and the luxury collection of Hawaii. To enter, click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com. Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays. We'll take you there.
All the Super Bowl hoopla live from Tampa, Saturday night at 7 on CBS 2.
Welcome back to CBS 2 on this early Sunday morning. New York City and the surrounding areas waking up to the first big snowstorm of the new year. And as nice as it looks on the ground, snow already causing a little bit of trouble on the roads. This is the west side of Manhattan from our studios at 57th and 11th. Go up to David Rogers for you in just a moment. It's good to have you with us this morning. I'm Michael Pomeranz.
And I'm Cindy Hsu. As Michael said, the roads are very hazardous. There have been a number of accidents in our area.
We do have team coverage spread out all over the area, but let's start high above our heads. CBS 2 meteorologist David Rogers perched on the roof of the broadcast center. David, how are you?
Hey, pretty good, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kind of a fun snow across the area. And as you mentioned, it is Sunday, so a lot of folks don't have to go to work today. However, those people that do have to get out and about today, give yourselves just a little extra time. The heaviest of the activity certainly moving to the east. A couple of hours ago, New York was in the midst of some of that steady snow. It's now shifting to the east. Coastal sections of Connecticut, eastern sections of Long Island getting some of the steadier amounts of snow right now. Visibility is down to about a quarter of a mile across the region as you take a look at the Manhattan skyline in the background there. And as I mentioned, the snow's still coming down. We should start to taper out of this thing over the next couple of hours as snow showers are expected to continue. And here on the rooftop of our broadcast center, officially, if we can pan down here, we've picked up just a little over 4 inches of snow. And as I mentioned, we could pick up another inch or two before it's all said and done. But the steadiest activity now starting to taper off. Let's take a look at our first graphic, give you an idea on kind of what's going on out there right now. We're still under the winter storm warning. That's going to remain in effect for the entire region until 10 o'clock this morning. Here's a look at our northeasterly satellite radar picture, and you'll notice the blue. That's representing some of the snow, and you can see how it really started to gain some strength, not only on the surface, but the dynamics of this system really got a lot of upper-level support, and that's bringing in that second wave of activity. Yesterday, kind of off and on intermittent areas of mixed precipitation, but right now we're in the midst of all the snow right now. Enough cold air certainly has started to work in. In terms of snowfall totals, as I mentioned, anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches of snow has already blanketed the region. Long Island, the eastern sections of Long Island, totals anywhere from about 3 to 5. Most areas expected to see anywhere from 5 to 8, with the exception of areas to the north and west. We're talking about extreme northwestern sections of New Jersey, most of the lower Hudson Valley of New York, anywhere from about 8 to 12 inches of snow. Certainly not coming down with the intensity that snowstorm we had the latter part of December, but certainly kind of a friendly snow across our region. Again, we're going to continue to cover all the elements of this particular storm. We should start to come out of it in the next couple of hours. Big concern comes later today. Sunshine expected to return to the area. That means markedly colder temperatures, and the winds are certainly going to be a factor a little bit later on today. Wind chills expected to get well below zero, and we're going to have to deal with a lot of blowing and drifting snow. What happened to El Nino and La Nina when you need them? Back to you guys in the studio.
Exactly. David, thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's head over to Ira Jo Fisher, who's tracking the storm from inside the studio. Ira?
All right, Cindy and Michael and David, good job, by the way. We go from Mr. Rogers' neighborhood to ours here. Oh, we were going to show you some snowfall totals. They appear. There we go. Bayville, Long Island, look, 7 inches, 6 in JFK, 5.5 in Central Park. Harrison, NJ, 4 inches, likewise in Bridgeport, Connecticut. These are the latest totals that we have, and it continues to snow, so obviously these totals will grow during the course of our morning. We still have that winter storm warning in effect. 22 degrees outside our window, a north wind gusting up to 12 miles an hour, and today, during the day, we'll see wind chills from 0 to 10 above. Right now, they're from -10 to 0 because we're talking teens into the 20s. It's a chilly burger outside. The deal is this. This is the villain. This is the low that has brought us the snow, and this is the one that's resting at the surface. Suffice it to say, there's also an upper-level disturbance that's reinforcing it, and off to the west still, moving over our area, and that is giving us the latest amount of snow. The arrows are indicating the initial direction of the winds out of the northeast as the low moves away, and high pressure off to our west starts to build in. We'll see the winds shift out of the north, and then ultimately the northwest with even chillier air upon you and upon me. So our day ahead is going to be cloud shrouded, certainly the morning, and the snow will continue to fall heavily, steadily in places, and it will start to end from west to east beginning at about 10 o'clock this morning. That is to say, in western New Jersey, you should see the snow begin to sputter out there at about 10 o'clock, in the city at around noon, and then on Long Island, we're talking about probably 2 o'clock this afternoon. Here is where your temperatures are headed into the 20s and the 30s, and I think we're going to see a 5-day forecast. We're talking about high temperature tomorrow, 31 degrees, and it will be windy. That is today, 31 degrees. Tomorrow, 34 with sunshine, and some rain might move into our Tuesday and our Wednesday. Michael, that's your forecast.
Quite a mix. Thank you, Ira. Well, the snowy weather has an icy grip on New Jersey roads, making them very dangerous. A casino bus crashed on the Garden State Parkway, sending dozens of people to the hospital. The Greyhound bus lost control near exit 83 in Toms River, and state police say the driver was trying to change lanes at the time. He tried to get control of the bus, but hit a guardrail, flipped over in all the snow.
We have snow-covered roadways all the way up from Cape May. We're right now having a lot of accidents out on the parkway. The weather is definitely a factor in this accident. Right now we have the lanes blocked off at Tom's River.
The accident has been cleared. 34 people were taken to area hospitals. All of the passengers were from New York, rather. They were coming back from Atlantic City. None of the injuries, though, appear to be life-threatening.
And one person is in critical condition this morning after a commuter bus in New Jersey overturned, and slippery roads appear to be the cause. The bus flipped on Route 80 in Alamucci yesterday. That's about 60 miles northwest of New York City. The driver slammed into a median, setting a fire in the rear engine. It was quickly put out. The bus was headed to Pennsylvania.
More on this big snowfall straight ahead.
We'll be right back.
Enter to win a Hawaii Dream Vacation for two. A 6-day, 5-night vacation for two, courtesy of Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, America's #1 choice to Hawaii for over 40 years. And Sheraton Hotels and Resorts Hawaii. Sheraton has the best hotels on the best beaches and the luxury collection of Hawaii. To enter, click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com. Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays. We'll take you there.
If you don't think this sofa at only $4.99 is a bargain, you haven't been shopping. And the same is true for this matching love seat at only $3.99. Look at the rope detail. Feel the comfort of the extra thick cushions and the reversible pillows. Put them both together and you have an extreme package. And I mean extreme. You save almost $100. Both pieces, only $7.99.
Thinking of selling your home? Call Weikert Realtors, the real estate people. Ask for our free brochure on selling your home at the best price.
$20,000 for a new car? Ouch. Hey, if your car runs good, looks bad, paint it. That's right, paint it and save at Maaco. Why? The Maaco Supreme Plus sale is on. Supreme Plus at half price. Now only $225. Get our prep package with a full coat of primer sealer, our famous Supreme paint service. Come on in now and get our integrated UV sunscreen for extra protection. All half price. For a limited time only, $225.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MAACO-USA.
If you've been injured in any accident, dial 1-800-LAW-3333. You need a law firm that won't back down and will fight hard for every dollar you deserve.
Call the Yankowitz Law Firm at 1-800-LAW-3333.
Welcome back. It is 7:41, a chilly 22 degrees. You're looking at a live picture at the Belt Parkway near Kennedy Airport in Queens.
Now at the Long Island, where our storm watch continues in the town of Hempstead. Just a few weeks ago, you may remember that residents there were left in the cold without proper snow removal.
CBS 2 reporter Jennifer McLogan is live in Garden City to see how they're digging out this morning. Jennifer?
Hey, Jen.
Good morning from Long Island. Blustery and windswept as it is, a great day to snuggle under the covers and watch all of this on television. We're reporting to you from Garden City across from the Roosevelt Field Mall, which still resembles a ghost town. The entrance to the Northern Parkway in the Meadowbrook, now seeing some plow action. This second snowfall of the season, this second major snowfall of the season, promises to be judged by that plowing. If you will recall, after that New Year's Day plowing, right here in the town of Hempstead, which comprises 60 villages and towns, they roundly criticized the Hempstead town supervisor Gardino, saying it was days before they saw any plows. Today, the town promises to do better, and we are here to see if those promises will be kept. Now, the side streets around us are still very snowbound, but as you can see, these major highways and intersections owned by the state and county are now seeing some plow action, which is very good news. The malls have still not decided whether they will have delayed or staggered openings. We're reporting some churches having problems this morning getting their lots cleared. Reporting live from Garden City, Long Island, Jennifer McLogan, CBS 2.
Jennifer, thanks.
Our storm watch continues now from New Jersey. Usually when it snows in our area, the Garden State is hit especially hard.
CBS 2 reporter Aimee Nuzzo is live in Pomeranz, and she has more. Aimee, good morning. Aimee, you there?
Good morning, Mike and Cindy. I'm out here in Pomeranz, New Jersey. The snow is still coming down, though not as heavily as it was early this morning. We're talking around 5 o'clock this morning when it really kicked up and was coming down pretty good. Just take a look at what kind of snow we're seeing here. I've been hearing some people saying that it's good packing snow, it's good sticky snow. I disagree. Take a look, see for yourselves. Take a handful of this. You try to make a snowball. Well, see, I'm not a very good snowball man. This is embarrassing. You try to make a snowball and it just kind of falls apart. So better for snowboarding, better for skiing, good for shoveling, not quite as good for making snowmen. As far as the roads are concerned, it's looking pretty bad out there. The conditions, not good at all. The plows have been making the rounds, but have really not been able to keep up with the accumulation. We're seeing cars taking it slowly, fortunately, around 25 miles per hour on the Garden State Parkway earlier this morning. Fortunately, it's a Sunday morning, not a lot of cars out there, and you're best off not being on the roads if you don't have to. Not only is the snow a problem, but there's quite a bit of ice underneath the snow because of the variable temperatures, and the winds are a problem as well. The winds kicking up the snow and causing a real problem in terms of visibility. I'm Aimee Nuzzo reporting live from Pomeranz. Now back to you.
Aimee, thank you very much.
I want to check in now with the Port Authority. We have Steve Coleman, a spokesperson for the PA, on the phone this morning. Steve, good morning.
Good morning.
How's the situation in your neck of the woods in particular? How are the airports?
The airports aren't doing too bad so far this morning. All three are opened. We've had crews working there all night long to make sure that we can keep the runways open. The one problem we are seeing this morning is that many airlines are canceling flights. Already at LaGuardia, we've seen 117 flights canceled. At Newark, we've got about 27 flights canceled. So we're strongly encouraging people to call their airline before going to the airport during the day today.
Okay, Steve, you know, last time the snow came down, there was a little bit of a problem with you guys and the mayor and how things were handled. How's it going this time?
So far, things are going well. Like I said, we've got all the runways open. The airports are opened. I think the last time the snow was twice as heavy as this current snowstorm, and it occurred during the daytime period when flights were coming in and taking off. So I think we were helped a little bit in the fact that this hit during the overnight hours when few, if any, flights are coming into the airports.
Still the standard advice, though, always call ahead.
Absolutely, especially with the flights being canceled by various airlines.
All right, Steve, thanks very much. Steve Coleman with the Port Authority, giving us up to date on the situations at our area airports, and should anything be an issue further in the morning, we'll check in with Steve later.
And we've got more on what you need to know if you are heading out the door this morning.
Our special Storm Watch report from the CBS 2 Information Network continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
To go to excess to get size and power. Introducing the new Suzuki XL7.
King of the road.
Suzuki. It fits.
Are you ready for the big game? Then check out our giant January specials. Relive this amazing season on the road to the Super Bowl. Plus, we've got your ticket to Tampa for the parties, the hoopla, and Tiki's Journal. Friday and Saturday night at 7 on CBS 2.
Thinking of selling your home? Call Weichert Realtors, the real estate people. Ask for our free brochure on selling your home at the best price.
If you've been injured in any accident, dial 1-800-LAW-3333. You need a law firm that won't back down and will fight hard for every dollar you deserve.
Call the Yankowitz Law Firm at 1-800-LAW-3333.
$20,000 for a new car? Ouch. Hey, if your car runs good, looks bad, paint it. That's right, paint it and save at Maaco. Why? The Maaco Supreme Plus sale is on. Supreme Plus at half price. Now only $225. Get our prep package with a full coat of primer sealer, our famous Supreme paint service. Come on in now and get our integrated UV sunscreen for extra protection. All half price. For a limited time only, $225.
It's a limited time offer. For the center nearest you, call 1-888-MACOS USA.
TV's hottest show gets even hotter with Survivor the Phenomenon. Survivors Jervis and Jenna take you inside the show that changed the face of pop culture. Survivor the Phenomenon. Saturday night at 11:30, part of Giant January on CBS-2. Brett Haber's live reports from Tampa. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 11.
Welcome back on this snowy Sunday morning. You were looking at Route 17 in Paramus. Traffic seemed to be moving along pretty well, but roads can be treacherous. They're out there salting and plowing and doing that voodoo that they do so well to keep you safe and on clear roads. It's 749 and 22 degrees out there right now. And a couple of items you may be interested in, a couple of things closed today. All branches of the New York Public Library are closed today.
That's right. And also, the Board of Ed has announced that there was a 9 a.m. audition for Talented Unlimited High School. That's at 67th Street in Manhattan. That audition has been I guess, canceled for today.
Yeah, we'll let you know if it's been rescheduled and when that will be. David Rogers, meantime, spending some time for us up on the broadcast center at 57th and 11th on the west side. He is cold, he is packed in snow, but he has all the details we need to know. David?
Okay, we're going to check back with David because we're obviously having a little bit of an audio problem. But why don't we head out check out the roads, because that's the hazardous part. Carrie Lee's in our traffic center. Check that out. Carrie?
Well, you know, you guys, it is pretty tough out there. There's no way around it. And at this point, this is when everybody starts going out on the roads. Everybody's going out doing what they have to do for a Sunday morning. You're going to find it slushy in some areas closer to the city. Farther west and farther north that you go, you're going to still see some snow-covered roadways. You know who else is going to be affected by this? Some transit systems. PATH trains to the World Trade Center. We've got 30-minute delays. That's due to equipment problem. Also, MTA New York City buses every 30 minutes. That's what they're running, and all other ones so far look pretty good for you. Let's take a quick spin around. This is what I'd like to show you. Grand Central by LaGuardia. As you can see that ramp there, well, you can kind of see it. That's what you're going to be dealing with on and off ramps. Those are very dangerous places in this kind of weather. Tend to hold a lot more snow and slush, and you can run into a lot of troubles there. Now, it's a good idea to call ahead to your airlines. As I mentioned before, so far, mass transit looks pretty good, and alternate side rules have been suspended. That's for snow removal. Now, at this point, good idea to give yourself some extra time before you head out there, and make sure you've got plenty of gas and all that jazz in the car. Back to you, Cindy and Michael.
All right, Carrie, thank you.
All right, you know, I think that one of the places you're going to find the most frustrated people would be at the airport if there are lots of delays and cancellation. Sukanya, Krishnan is out at LaGuardia with information about all the airports. How's it looking?
You know, talk about frustration. I think it's getting to level 4. I mean, it's not really that bad yet, Cindy and Michael. I mean, basically, look behind me. People are slowly starting to arrive here at LaGuardia Airport, and this is when the flights normally take off, usually around, first flight takes off around 5:45, but 9 o'clock is the target time that a lot of people are hoping to leave. Of course, Port Authority did tell you that the official word is that everything is open. All 3 major airports are open, Newark, LaGuardia, as well as JFK. But what we're dealing with is a lot of cancellations. We're looking at 117 at LaGuardia, and we're looking at 24 at Newark. But Port Authority says they're prepared. If we can go right to the videotape, we're going to show you what we shot early in the morning. This is what it looked like pretty much outside. You can see there's plenty of snow on the ground, but Port Authority says they're prepared for whatever Mother Nature is ready to dish out. They say they have an arsenal of almost 150 pieces of snow equipment, including blowers, 3,000 tons of snow that they can remove an hour, melters that can liquefy about 500 tons. And of course, this is what the board looked like, a lot of canceled flights. And what we're going to be dealing with is basically residual delays as people go to the counter. They're trying to find, you know, their connecting flights. I spoke to one duo, and this is what they had to say. So how frustrating was it when you didn't get out last night?
Things happen, you know? I don't know.
Did you think it was because of the storm?
I had no idea why. Because it was only drizzling last night. But we're going today, so.
And your flight, when you checked on the board, was it on time?
Yeah.
Only one.
Only one?
The only one that's not canceled for today.
So how's that? Is that a relief?
We'll see when it takes off, actually.
And of course, these are some people. Come over here. I'm live on Channel 2 News, CBS 2, excuse me. Are your flights on time?
I hope so.
Yeah, have you checked in already?
We checked in already, and we have to catch a cruise.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people here are leaving for the cruise.
Yes.
So you're hopeful you're going to get it. You need to get to Miami.
I hope so. We tried to catch a flight last night, maybe an earlier flight.
Right.
but all the flights were canceled. The early flight this morning and last night also. So we're hoping to be on the 9 o'clock flight.
All right, well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, that's a lot of, that's basically the situation. A lot of people were here last night. The flights were canceled. The early morning flights were canceled, and they're waiting for this afternoon to get to wherever they need to go to. So here's the situation at LaGuardia. We are dealing with 117 cancellations, 24 at Newark. All 3 major airports are open, but basically what you have to do is call your local carrier and find out what the situation is. Speaking of a situation, even our crew got into a little funny thing. They were supposed to go down to Tampa for the Super Bowl, and they got stuck. So you know what? It can happen to us, too. We can't always be in millions of places. So that's the situation here at LaGuardia, hanging tough with the people here. Sukanya, Krishnan, back to you. We're gonna get them out.
Well, we'll be here for this. I'm sure our crew will be there for the Super Bowl. I mean, it's a week away.
Right.
But that poor woman who's going to the cruise.
I know, but you know, those 2 young ladies that you talked to earlier, what great attitudes, but it was early, so.
It was really early, and I think the problem is going to be later on in the day how everyone's spirits will be, you know, 4 hours later into it if they can get their flights.
Right. If anyone can cheer them up, though, it's you, Suki. I mean, you're so like, ah!
You know, Cindy, I think that's why they call me in this Sunday morning. You know, I'd rather be snuggling in bed watching everybody, because I usually work at night. But, you know, I had to come in early, be a part of this Storm Watch team.
All right, Sukanya, thank you so much.
22 degrees out right now and 7:54. More to come right here on CBS 2 Information Network.
You don't have to go to excess to get size and power. Introducing the new Suzuki XL7.
King of the road.
Suzuki. It fits.
At Verizon, we're here to help you live life your way. That's why we created our local package, to help you never miss out on a single word, chill out for a while, or simply keep connected with everyone. Local package makes it easier. So call to sign up now and you can save big.
Local Package is designed to help you live your life with everything you need all in one package, all at a savings of over 40%. It's your local service, plus our most popular services like caller ID, call waiting, and 3-way calling, all on one bill for one low monthly rate. Have some of these services? You can still save. Get Local Package now and qualify for other special offers like low rates for long distance, internet service, and voicemail too. So call 1-800-475-4632 today. The sooner you call, the sooner you'll save.
Local package. Whatever you want, whatever you need. All at a price that's just right.
Enter to win a Hawaii Dream Vacation for 2. A 6-day, 5-night vacation for 2, courtesy of Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays, America's #1 choice to Hawaii for over 40 years. And Sheraton Hotels and Resorts Hawaii. Sheraton has the best hotels on the best beaches and the luxury collection of Hawaii. To enter, click on Getaway Giveaways at cbsnewyork.com. Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays. We'll take you there.
Welcome back. We are just a couple minutes away from 8 o'clock. Ira Joe Fisher's here. You've been tracking him. It's snow we've been getting all over the area.
We're going to look outside first at Times Square, take a whimsical look at the snow that is falling, and we do want to strike that cautionary note. It's snowing more heavily than was the case when last we viewed this scene, and that's going to be the case until the system in total finally moves out of our area. It's low pressure that has brought the snow. How much? Well, we have a brand new list that we wanted to share with you. Look at Oak Ridge. 9 inches of snow on Long Island, Bayville, Oak Ridge in New Jersey. On Long Island and Bayville, 7 inches. Half a foot of snow in Warwick, New York. Central Park, 5.5 inches. And in Bridgeport, Connecticut, still 4 inches of snow so far. But again, these totals will grow as the snow continues to fall, and it isn't anticipated it will really come to an end until around 10 o'clock in western New Jersey this morning, noon in the city, and then by afternoon on Long Island. And look at this swirling mass of moisture. The snow, this started yesterday, this picture, and finally the air cooled enough that all of the precipitation changed to snow. As far as today is concerned, we're talking about a mostly cloudy day this morning, and then snow is going to continue at times heavily. We'll see some sunshine by afternoon, and high temperatures are going to climb today up into the 20s to the lower 30s. What about a 5-day forecast? Well, we thought you might like to see it, and here it is on your TV screen. 31 today for a high in the city, and then tomorrow into the middle 30s with some sunshine, and yet another system, a